Hey everyone, welcome to Sagas of the Shimmering Sea, The Chosen Few. This is the Chosen Few crew. I know we were off last week. I got my vaccine shot and I was not expecting it to take me out for 2 days, but it 100% took me out for 2 days. And I was not quite capable of functioning at all. It was whatever, but now I am vaccinated fully. And by the end of the week, I will be immunized fully. So, woohoo, quite happy about this. And all that good stuff. Anyway, we're back, and let's just check in with everyone and see what we are believing in this week and shooting for this week. Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna go down the line. Nat, you're up first. What are you believing in this week? And of course, by
Sure.
Nat, I don't mean Nat. I mean your
Mirage.
character,
Yes.
Naraj. Thank you.
Um, Guiding Light is the same.
Mm.
Building my team up and hoping to work things out for my home planet of Dregma. And belief one, Narash is a big believer in the natural order, and the mutation of the flowers and derangement of minds reminds him unpleasantly of the citrine algae situation. Since this is the task at hand, he will make whomever is behind this pay dearly.
Ooh, I like it.
Belief two, a little scaly friend has joined Narash on his adventures. It's time to get to know this creature and learn something about its purposes and abilities.
Mm, always fun. Good to know. That's exciting. I'm excited. Excellent. Next up, Winona playing Nova.
Well, my guardian light is the same. Will throw myself into danger to protect her friends. Belief one is changed.
Mm.
Nova is worried about Thea now. She will rid the town of the colorful threat and reverse the color madness.
Mm.
Belief two, Nova is still concerned about Celexa and will do what she can to help her feel better, whether she likes it or not.
We're still concerned about Celexa. Aw. I love how Nika rolls her eyes. In the best sense. It makes me happy. Well, excellent. Speaking of Celexa, I think we will go. Nope. Let's go to Ami next. Ami playing Thea. Speaking of Celexa, we'll go to Thea.
Speaking of curses, yeah. So guiding light is the same. Thea wants the team to get closer and to get closer to the team. Belief one. So Thea does not want to be cursed again. So she will let Timothy experiment on her, even if it hurts.
Interesting.
Belief two. Thea also hates the idea of another team member being cursed, so she'll do what she can to help Celexa.
There are a couple too many curses flowing around here. This may be a byproduct of not having a cleric on your team. Sorry. Excellent. John playing Timothy.
All right. As always, my guiding light is Timothy abhors the loss of innocent life. He will jeopardize himself and the mission to save even one life. And belief number one, Timothy is tired of his friends getting into trouble and suffering. He will encourage the team to approach dangers methodically and safely.
So you want to have a group conversation about methodical approaches?
Yeah, I think that'll go well. Go over really well.
Yeah, I think that'll go really well. That sounds like Timothy, on some level, feels that other people are at fault for problems that the team is facing. So that, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Timothy wants to challenge the culture that we have found ourselves in, a culture of running in first and touching things.
That may be an example of Timothy fighting the game system that we're playing a little bit here, because that is the game system that we're playing right here, and that is good luck with that one. Do you have a second belief?
Yeah, it's continuing to work with the team to investigate the unnatural goings on in the area.
Sounds good to me. And last but not least, Nika playing Celexa.
I think that Celexa, I think she's keeping her beliefs from last week. So, belief one, Celexa is angry. She has the feeling that something or someone has been jerking them around since the beginning of their adventures. She'll find out who it is and what they want and make sure they don't get it. So that was belief one.
I love that belief. That makes me very happy. The thing I like most about that belief is like the inherent assumption that you just like the fact that they are jerking you around is proof that they should not get what they want. And that makes me very happy because like what if it's someone who's good, who's doing this for like legit good reasons? You don't care.
No.
Screw the universe or whatever, you know? I love it.
Belief 2, Celexa is afraid, but she'll be damned if she lets anyone think she is weak. She'll do what has to be done to be there for her team. Also, if Kat is impressed, then I guess that would be okay. So that is that, and I think that also that belief covers a lot of her concern about Thea as well.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I really like how that like is like a low key conflict with the people who are trying to help you. I enjoy that. That sounds good. Excellent. Okay. Well, if I remember correctly, we ended last time. It's been 2 weeks, so pardon me if I screw this up. But I believe we ended last time in the hotel that we are staying in. We just sort of checked in there and had like a brief conversation. We know where theoretically the color thing is originating from, but we had some like prep work to do and some conversations to have and some arguments to settle. So I think that's where we'll start. I know, Celexa, you just took a potion of vitality, which means that you have lost all of your levels of exhaustion, getting a reset on your curse, which is, let's be real, very nice. Very, very good thing to do. So Celexa, when you see her, is like much more like bright-eyed and cheery, and less sluggish than before. She looks quite well. It may be a little bit of a facade. I imagine that despite the exhaustion being gone, there might still be bags under her eyes that she might be using something to cover up or something. I don't know. So like, well enough.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay, fair enough. Never mind. Take it back. She's not using illusions to hide anything. Okay.
How dare you?
Okay. I apologize. I apologize 100%. Nonetheless, so the place that you're staying is really quite nice. Cat's Grace kind of set you guys up in style. This is a place that has like it's like a large suite that you guys have. It's got 3 bedrooms and then like a common living room / kitchenette area to hang out in. And the kitchenette area, I think, has been sort of taken over. Obviously, you guys have been largely eating out, but I think it's been taken over by like a lab space for doing testing and research, which we've seen happen a couple times here. So I think that's sort of in the kitchenette side, and then the common room area has couches and chairs and hotel art on the walls, and as well as these other areas. So I just want to, yeah. So I think the chairs and couches are super like squishy. They're very much like you sit in them and you sink into them to the degree that it's like a little awkward to get out of them sometimes, because this is definitely like a vacation pleasure yuppie place.
Are we somewhere different than the stable?
No, this is the stable. We are just getting a better description of the stable than we've had before.
Cool.
I just wanted to elaborate and clarify. So that's sort of the area that you're in. I think there's also an upright piano on the side of the room, which is purely there for decoration. If you go over and finger the keys, there's no strings in the piano. So it's just like a decorative upright piano. And that tells you, I think, a fair bit about this place. So you guys, I think you took a little bit of a rest. Was it a short rest or a long rest? And then with the potion of vitality and sort of like an intention of like going out shortly afterwards, but it sounded like we wanted to do some planning. So let's see that. Who's where in the room? What do you think you're leaning on or sitting on or doing, or I don't know.
Incidentally, I don't think that we did take any kind of rest because we came from Marco, who gave us the like protection. And so I know the 8 hours is ticking on that.
Got it. Okay. Yes, you're right.
So with that in mind, I feel like Celexa is like, I think we've been there at like 5 minutes, and Celexa takes her potion and is like grabbed her rapier and like strapped it to her sword, and she's like waiting by the door.
Excellent.
All right, we going?
I don't think we should be hasty. Folks, can we please remember the thing that got us into literally all of our problems? Rushing in, touching fish tables, so on and so forth.
Hey, touching the fish table didn't turn out that badly.
I mean, you know, there's that old saying, don't meet your heroes, don't meet your gods. You know, I don't like them. So, yeah, true, danger-wise, no, it was fine. But like, was it pleasant? No.
Timothy.
Yes.
Yeah, do you think we should like wait around for a while longer for Thea to start like painting the walls of the apartment? Should we, or the walls of the room? Should we do that before going?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're mischaracterizing my statement. I just think we should go in with a plan rather than like a big pointy sword. And that's it. No offense.
I think that's a plan.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock too. Besides, what are we up against? Do we even know? How do we prepare?
It's big dogs or something.
Yeah, I can draw a picture of what I think they'll look like. Maybe she like is trying to color in the correct color. Almost looks right.
I'm imagining like you start to try to draw the picture, and then you like start just making like loops and whirls and like doodles across the whole page.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can I make an Arcana check to see if like anything that Thea is describing or talking about feels like it might tell me anything? Like presuming it's a magical nature of magical nature of the stuff.
I will allow an Arcana check.
Okay.
Against my better judgment.
My Arcana is not great, so
great. I'm really happy about that. If you get in that 20, it'll be really funny.
Big 10.
No, I mean this is so far outside anything that you could have studied. It doesn't remind you of any folk tales that you know. It doesn't remind you of any like there's not even folk tales about like something like this sort of weird color thing. This is far outside any experience that you have.
Okay, Timothy, I can see that you're worried. So why don't you tell us what's on your mind? Tell us what's on your mind.
I'm just saying, we're kind of dropping like flies. I would prefer the number of people to be cursed in this team to be fewer than the people who aren't cursed, And I'm just saying some diligence and an ounce of patience and measure on our part might go a long way. Am I saying we do nothing? No, that won't get anything done. I'm just saying when we go into the field, make observations about the enemy, we don't make unnecessary risks. That's all. I'm not saying we stay here and talk about it for 8 hours. That would be absurd. We have to help our friend here. I'm just saying, be careful, please.
So, don't touch the weird dogs?
Yes, don't touch the weird dogs.
Okay.
Probably don't let them lick you either.
No.
Just speaking as a ranger.
No.
Well, maybe our best scout is a little bit down with the color bug, but could we possibly send in some of our small friends? And I look at Celexa.
I mean,
not you're small, but you have a small friend.
I do, but Kumi also doesn't. I don't know if Kumi would be susceptible to whatever this thing's this thing is, and they're also not protected in the same way that we are.
I think you look down at Kumi, who is invisible to everyone but you, and you see Kumi just like for fun pretending to be a cat, just like licking his hands and pretending to comb out fur that he doesn't have, that they don't have. Sorry.
Yeah, that's one of their favorite one of their favorite things for sure. So yeah, we can. I think that Kumi is always there when we need them. But we can't. I don't want them getting sucked into this whole thing too. We don't. We can manage this. We can manage this, guys. I think we can. We can do it. We can do it. We don't have to be afraid.
Yeah. You don't have to be afraid. Everything will be fine.
If we're going to fight these creatures and we have to remain distant from them, how can we accomplish that based on what we all bring to the table? So, for example, I could turn myself into a flying creature, but at some point we're going to have to engage.
Well, maybe from the air we can. Some of us have bow and arrows we could use.
Yes.
Have we seen? Have we heard anything about like? We only know secondhand the idea that like proximity could be an issue, right? We haven't seen exactly like what.
No, you've never seen a transition of what has happened to what or anything like that. The only way you're certain that someone has gotten infected was Thea mentally touching someone else. But that was mental, not physical, right? Thea didn't touch the dress, didn't touch the person. It was a psionic connection. So you know that it's contagious psionically.
And keep your. If it feels dangerous, keep your eyes on me. I'll help you get out of. I'll help you get out of there. If you don't want to be close, I've got you. But we can go, right? Like clock's ticking, guys.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, Timothy, for your words of wisdom. And then she Celexa like kind of turns so that only Nova can see her and kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit.
Timothy, how do you feel that went?
It's fine. Yeah. He's fine being lonely and right.
I'm fine being lonely and correct. I love it. Okay. So again, I'll just as a little narrative reminder, you open the door and there's a letter on the floor in front of the door, and Celexa, you're the one who opens the door, and you pick it up, and it's from Cat's Grace, and it just says, "Gonna take a little longer. I've got to guide the Celestran army further away." And that message is left for you, narratively reminding us where Cat's Grace is and moving forward. So, you guys are leaving the town and heading towards the valley, which is where flower cutters gather flowers for this shop. You have been informed about this, and you make your way there. You get there, and there's like a mountain on one side, because we're in the mountains near Messinacor, and on the other side there's sort of like a forest, and in the middle there's this field and a stream running through it and an oasis running up into and against the mountain a little bit. It even goes up the mountain, up the side of a mountain a little bit. You're approaching from the western side, and you see this like large field. Let's see. Does anyone have a particularly good passive perception just off the baseline? I think Narash does, if I remember correctly. Can I get what that number is?
That's just a modest 19.
My passive perception is 19. Okay. Sorry, I had a player who said that every session for a year and a half, and then their passive perception became 21.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you do. So you as you all enter into this field from the western side, you see quite clearly that there are a number of creatures about, and that many of them seem like a little bit unhealthy. You spot, I think, most concerning to you. There's all sorts of like small birds that are in that are sort of pecking at trees, even though they're not woodpeckers, but they're sort of like pecking at them a little bit. And then there's all sorts of like little bug life and insect life. But the thing that's most concerning to you is you see a wolf that is larger than like an average wolf would be, but it seems like mangy, and it's like trying to like it seems like oddly obsessed with like looking when wolves are normally smelling, and it's like so it's behaving in a very unwolf like manner. And you look at it, and uh, as it turns, it doesn't really look towards you. It sort of looks around you, and it's a little ways away still. It's probably 100 yards away. You've got a good passive perception, and it you just notice that like half of its face is missing, and you can see like sinew and bone and muscle.
Okay, well, Narash is very disturbed. This is very, very upsetting. Um, but I'm going to just look around a little bit more. I mean, I know I've just passively perceived quite a bit, but
Yeah.
wolves are pack creatures, and I want to see, do I see any others?
Yeah. Why don't you roll a perception check? Or actually, in this case, you're tracking. Let's call it survival.
Can I assist?
Yes, absolutely. Narash, you're going to make this at advantage.
Whew. That's a 25.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wolves are pack creatures, and you notice without a doubt that there are plenty of wolf footsteps, wolf prints, sort of scattered around this area. The air here is quite damp. It's a wet city, as it were, and so like the ground, you can see that there are paw prints. There's crushed flowers. Wolves are normally much more careful about leaving no tracks or tracks that are hard to follow. So these are like they're definitely there's definitely a collection of wolves, but they're also definitely not behaving in the most wolf-like manner.
Okay. So I'm going to point to the wolf and say, this is not right. This is disgusting. And there are others here, but I think they may be in the general vicinity, and they're not acting normal. So we try to catch this one. I don't think it's very safe, but we need to learn what's going on.
You want me to tackle it?
Probably that would not be the best approach.
Okay, fine.
I do have a net.
Is it strong enough to contain a wolf? A big wolf?
I've used it on Marlin.
Well, how even if you catch it, how are you going to like examine it closely enough to learn anything useful if without touching it or like getting dangerously close?
I can tackle it.
We can don gloves and take necessary precautions that we feel might be safe.
I think we should keep going.
Sneak around it. Okay.
Wait, what did our protection thingy protect us from?
Do advantage on all mental saving throws. That's
okay.
Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Also resistance to psychic damage.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe we can touch it. as long as we're not psychologically touching it. You know, little pet.
This game of
here and there.
pretend. Sorry.
Nova, you just said to keep going, right? Or no, someone said to just keep going.
I mean, we
That's-
could.
What did you say, Nova?
I mean, we could keep going.
If these are symptomatic because of something else, yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense to stop and study them. We should prevent more wolves from turning up like them.
We only have a few short hours before our protection wears off. I don't know if setting up a laboratory is, what has science ever done for us, anyways?
So the plan, I guess, is to move on. What are you guys looking for? Who's doing the looking? Oh,
This is what Celexa is advocating.
Yeah,
for.
of course, of
I'm not
course, of
assuming that
yeah, of course.
anybody else is agreeing. But, I think she's going to ask Kume to fly up a little bit and see, and then try and look through their eyes.
Yeah, you want to roll a perception check?
Sure.
From a different vantage point, you might have a better perspective.
20.
Sure, yeah. On the north side of the field, sort of running up against the mountain, you see a series of holes. Some which are very small, but one which is large enough to almost certainly be called a cave. It's a little ways away, but it's definitely there.
Okay.
That would definitely be a cave.
What does the terrain look like between here and there?
Yeah, grassy field. There's a small river's the wrong word. Creek, large creek, large for a creek, small for a river. Thing that you'll have to cross. Stream. There you go.
Oh,
yeah, there's a small stream that you'll have to cross to get over there. Beyond that, it's just grass and lots of flowers. There's a large number of beautiful flowers. You also see many of the flowers have this weird color effect on them, but towards the outer edges of the field, not yet. But tulips and daisies.
If we go this way, there's some interesting looking caves in a hillside. If we go this way through the field.
I think I remember that what we were looking for was in the middle of a field.
Oh, the flowers. Look at the flowers here. I wonder. This is probably where they're getting them, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I heard something like crashed into the ground somewhere.
You definitely heard that correctly.
Okay.
If you want to go to the middle of the field, you're welcome to. If you want to aim for the middle, there's a wolf between you and that, but it's just a wolf, sort of. Also, just to be clear, if you want to do research, the wolf is obviously the animal that we're focusing on the most because it's a wolf, but I did say that there's small insect life and other things that seem infected as well, potentially. So, capturing the wolf obviously has some benefits, but you could probably pretty easily capture a large beetle or a bird or something like that if you want to, not struggle. Maybe less information can be gained that way, but just wanted to put that out
there. Well, do we want to go to the middle of the field first?
Is that the direction of where the caves are? Also.
Yeah. If you're on the western edge of the field.
Okay.
The caves would be northeast from you. The middle of the field would be east from you.
Okay, gotcha.
We can triangulate.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I think we should head for the caves, but we can kind of check out the middle on the way.
We just gotta deal with this wolf in the middle.
What if we? Okay, gotcha. Can we skirt around it?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. So you take your time to skirt around the wolf. It doesn't seem to even notice you guys. You're certainly, let's see, Narash or Timothy, would either of you like to roll a nature check?
Go for it, Timothy.
You want to assist?
Yeah, you're certainly within range of the wolf smelling you, and certainly normally wolves, when they smell you, they leave. Or they get their pack to hunt on something. But, like, this wolf is not behaving like that. It doesn't seem to notice or register your scent. So you skirt around the wolf and head towards the middle of the field. And in the middle of the field, you see that the field has been depressed heavily. There's a crater here. And inside the crater, there is sort of this mud that's all discolored in these weird, mystical-looking colors and swirls. It's a little bit like a muted tie-dye in a weird sense. A little bit of water has come into the bottom of the crater, and the flowers in it are all of this color, and all the ones around have the weird like paint splotches upon them that defy logic and reason. Thea, this is quite beautiful.
Wow. Have you guys ever seen a color like this? This is amazing. She gets closer to look at.
Nova reaches out her hand and holds onto Thea. Let's not touch anything. That's what I remember.
Oh man. All right.
Timothy would like to gingerly scoop up some of the tie-dye liquid in a beaker.
Okay. Yeah. You pick it up in the beaker, and it's definitely, it has the salinity and density and property of water.
Not Earth's blood, is it?
No.
What's in the center of the crater?
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be anything in the center of the crater besides this small pool of water from the deepest part of it, which is just hitting it. But yes, Lexa, I think as you're looking around, you notice that there are crushed grass that is that is heading north of here, as if something was dragged out of the crater.
Well, I think we know where we have to head next.
One quick experiment, though. Is there a normal animal or bug I could find?
Sure, roll a survival check.
Okay.
For it not to be a mouse. No, sorry. Yeah, sure.
Nat 20, 26.
Yeah. What do you want to find? Normal creature.
Let's see. Probably some sort of insect, maybe.
Yeah, there's a bunch of beetles around here.
Normal looking beetles.
Yeah. You find a beetle that doesn't have any infection in it.
Okay.
You have to go into the woods a little bit, but you come back. It's not that long. It's like 3 minutes. You're good at this.
Timothy would like to pour some of the tie-dye liquid onto the beetle.
Wait. You sure we want to do this? I mean, there's enough messed up creatures around here as it is.
Well, let's just see if it's through contact or through some other means.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel great about it, but fine.
It's for science. It's not good, but it's necessary.
Yeah, so you pour a little bit of the liquid on the beetle. The beetle seems to react negatively to liquid. It tries to like shake it off and beats its wings, but you're holding it. Doesn't seem to be able to shake the liquid off.
Okay, and I'll put it down and see if it acts strangely.
Yeah, roll an animal handling or insight check. Your choice. Doesn't seem to be acting strange at all.
Because I'm so sort of nonplussed by this whole thing, I want to also, if I can, do an animal handling check, because I would be very focused on what the result of this was.
100%. Feel free.
16.
It seems to be acting like a normal beetle. This water seems not to have infected it.
Well, folks, see, now we know more than we started out to. Maybe it's not through physical contact, which I guess we already kind of knew. But,
So I can use my sword, is what you're saying.
I'm saying you can't not use your sword. Yeah.
Well, thank gods for that. I won't know to use your sword.
Well, Nova.
All right, let's go. I hear there's a cave that needs exploring.
Yeah, so the sun is high in the sky, but falling a little bit down as you head towards the cave. Your shadows are relatively long, and yeah, it's pretty easy to track, especially with both Timothy. Actually, with all three of Timothy, Narash, and Thea here. This is no problem. It seems like it happened a while ago, but the color of these flowers is so obvious, and like the strength of the colors, the number of the colors is definitely much brighter in certain areas than in other areas, and so there's this clear line of motion basically from the crater to the cave, and you find your way towards this cave. You are now outside the door of the cave, or the entrance to the cave door.
Can you tell us any more about the small openings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So looking at the small openings, you see that they are um, they vary in size pretty dramatically. Some are as small as like a couple centimeters, and some are as large as maybe 3 feet. And they seem to be like made by animals, but in a very non-animal way. They seem to have burrowed like 2 or 3 feet in, and then turned around and left, and burrowed 2 or 3 feet in somewhere else, and then turned around and left. Um, you even spot a couple of smaller creatures, beetles, again, sleeping in some of these holes.
Can Kume poke their head in and explore a little bit into
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the holes are not that deep. So Kumi goes in, they search around a little bit, and they check like, I don't know, 10 or 15 holes before there's no evidence that any of them go very deep.
Interesting. Okay.
They seem to stop pretty quickly.
Guys, this is weird. What the hell?
Are any of the creatures still in the hole?
Yeah, you see a couple of beetles in some of their holes. I think you see a rabbit in one of the holes.
Can we tell if any of them are infected?
They are.
Yeah, okay.
The infection is particularly dramatic on the rabbit. It's got a streak running down its side of like this deep blue that turns into like purples and reds and magentas on its tail. And then one of its ears is just like half rotted off.
Was that a factor in any of the? Sorry. Did we hear about that symptom in any people? No. Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. Hmm.
Well, let's keep going.
Into the cave?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can I ask who's leading?
I'll lead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And let's see. Let's just get a marching order. The cave is definitely like 12, 15 feet wide, but it's not like huge wide, you know. So I'll need an order.
Nova would go second.
Okay.
Who has dark vision?
Very few of you, if any. I don't think anyone's from an area with dark vision. You might have dark vision, but I don't. But no one else is from Abarak, so no dark vision here.
I'll defer just because I want to kind of keep my natural my perception of the natural world forward in our party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then
I'll go
Sluxa
fourth.
fourth. Okay. Timothy holding up the rear.
Sure.
Sounds good. Okay, so Thea, the cave is dark. Light does not seem to get past the first like couple of feet because the sun's going one way and the cave's going the other way. So it's just like 2 feet into the cave, it's dark. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have like a torch?
Sure.
Or something?
Timothy has a torch. Okay. So yeah, so Timothy, you light a torch. Do you hand it up to Thea, or are you holding it in the back?
Yeah,
Or...
I will hand it up. There we go.
Great, Thea. One of your hands is occupied with a torch. Just bear that in mind if you try to shoot an arrow.
Okay.
Okay. So Thea, you start walking down this cave. As the torch illuminates the walls have that same sort of colorful texture of the mud with these swirls and designs and patterns, but it feels much glassier, and in fact has even hardened to a little bit, as if like a degree of heat was applied to it, and they caked into this, they baked into this. It's a beautiful mural in a certain sense. Thea, what's your passive perception, and then can you roll a perception check as you're walking down?
It's 17.
Okay, nice. And a perception check.
26.
As you are heading down, you hear a chamber with wolves in it. They are playing together. It sounds like they're not being quiet. They're like roughhousing a little bit. But you can definitely hear there's 5 of them.
I turn back to everybody. Shh. Everyone stay quiet. There's wolves close by. Can we like sneak past where they are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you'd like the group to sneak past, it's a stealth check. If you want to sneak past, it's a stealth check for you personally.
Maybe I'll, or let's see. Should we all go? I guess.
I mean, we're all going past it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just if Thea wants to scout ahead, then Thea can scout ahead by herself with one stealth check, or all of you can roll stealth check.
Maybe I'll scout ahead first. Check it out. 18.
Okay. The room that the wolves are in is not large. There's 2 passageways, one to the south and one to the west. I have this sideways, don't I? Yes. Sorry, one to the west and one to the north. My bad. My compass is off. One to the west and one to the north. The wolves seem to be playing here. They're roughhousing with each other. You look at them. Again, they all look like they haven't eaten in a while. They all look a little emaciated, and they all have like marks of decay upon them. Just like necrotized flesh. Yeah. And they don't notice you at all.
Okay. Can I see down each passage? Like what's there?
Absolutely. Glancing down the passage to the south, to the west, you see a slide that seems to go down. Again, it's got the same glassy quality. And at the bottom of it, with your torch, which is illuminating things, again, the wolves don't seem to care about your torch. They don't seem to notice it. But you, at the bottom of it, you see like these beautiful, deep colors, magentas, purples, things that you've never seen before, and a person sitting there, just like staring intently at one of the colors. Oh, wait, don't move that light. Don't move that light. I can see. I can see something.
Excuse me. Are you stuck down there? Are you stuck? Can you get out?
And he turns his face up, and you see a elf male who's missing about a third of the jaw. Looks at you and says, "Oh, are you a new recruit?"
Yes.
If you'd like to come down, I can get you set up.
Well, why don't you get things set up and I'll come back. I need to go see some things up here first. How long does it take you to set up?
Oh, not long. It's just you. I need to get you a brush so you can begin working.
Well, I'll be back.
I see. You're not there yet.
How long have you been there?
You still think about time. Wow. I don't remember that. It's okay. Come back when you're ready. Come back when you want to see the color.
And I slowly kind of head out. And
I'm wondering if Thea was feeling conflicted at all.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think she wanted to go see the color, definitely. But as the elf said, I think she's not there yet, so she still has enough willpower to stop.
I feel like Thea maybe was taking a little bit longer than Celexa was comfortable with, and she was worried. And I think that maybe right around the time when you're like turning away, you feel like some air like next to your neck, and then Kume like lands on your shoulder and starts like tugging on your hair a little bit.
Okay, all right. Coming. Do the wolves seem to be able to hear? They don't mind the light, but are they able to like hear me passing?
Yeah. Why don't you roll an insight check? Or animal handling, either. I will take either in this case.
Okay. 21.
Beautiful. Yeah. These wolves seem to care most about what they see. And it's a particularly like rough experience for them because it's all about color and they're colorblind. And so like everything is sort of rough on them. Their response to that is to roughhouse and play, but they also are serving as guard dogs for people who are not infected. You see that they seem to notice you more on the way back because you have Kume. They don't interact because you seem fine, but they don't seem to like Kume.
Can I see? Is anybody else here?
Yeah, I'll let your perception check roll from before. I think you hear someone call out from the north, deeper into the caves. That's it. Keep going. Keep painting. And it sort of resounds through the caves.
I think I'm gonna head back to the group. So you guys, I think there's some wolves there, but I think it's more dangerous if you guys try to pass them.
How large is the entry into the passage with the wolves?
Yeah, I mean it's about 12 to 15 feet large. It's not consistent. It's smooth, but it still like waxes and wanes.
I could try to make the ground a little less passable for them, but I don't think I can close off the passage entirely.
Winona, did you say something while you were muted? I saw your mouth moving, and I didn't hear anything.
Oh. I don't remember. I think I said like, "Let's go."
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I was just.
Or we can take them.
I like it.
Yeah, I agree with Nova. I think those disgusting things are never going to, if they were ever wolves, they're never going to be wolves again. Let's just put them out of their misery.
But can they affect us? I'm going to try something. I'm going to cast a cantrip, Mold Earth, and try to build up a little bit of a 5-foot wall that just runs along the passage that leads to the wolves. And then see if I can kind of slither my way along, just crouching down, and see if I perceive them responding to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So you start making these 5-foot walls. It takes a little bit of time to do this, of course, because 6 seconds per cantrip. It takes, mechanical time. It's much faster than digging. Let's be real. But it takes time to do this. Yeah, and as you do, absolutely, one of the wolves like stops roughhousing and turns, and its like ears perk up and its eyes sort of dilate, looking in your direction.
I'll stop what I'm doing and just see if it's going to come my way.
The other wolves stop roughhousing and sort of stare at you, and the wolf in the front starts like growling.
Okay, I'm gonna just
definitely a warning.
So I was trying to hide from them, but they perceived me anyway.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna inch my way back and say, that didn't work.
Thea, tell them we're cool. Tell them we're all good.
I mean, I don't know if they'll listen to me. I could try. I think I go towards the wolves and just try to like soothe them, just like, shh, sweet babies, like, shh, just, it's okay.
Yeah, roll an animal handling check.
9.
Yeah, I mean, they don't seem to mind your presence at all.
While Thea is doing this, I'm gonna once again see if I can kind of crouch my way. Oh man.
I'm afraid that Celexa might be right about these poor wolves, but I'll try one thing too, and Timothy will stand up over the berm that you created and go, "Hello, my name's Timothy. Don't you want to be friends?"
Are you casting Speak with Animals, or are you just chatting with wolves?
Casting Animal Friendship.
Oh, Animal Friendship. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me pull up the full text of the spell. Just to make sure that this works. Okay. Wisdom saving throw. You have advantage on wisdom saving throws. I get a 12. I assume that fails.
Yes.
The wolf walks up to you and sort of looks up at you and like pants a little bit like a dog.
Oh.
It's a little horrifying because as it's panting, like a chunk of its flesh falls off.
Look at you, poor thing.
How many wolves does the spell affect?
Just the one.
One at a time. Can I cast it again?
Is it concentration?
No.
Great, then sure. You can cast it all 5 times and negate all the wolves if you want. You can also cast it at a higher spell slot to affect more creatures.
Right. Yeah, I've never done that before.
Ever?
Nope.
Never come up.
Having cast Animal Friendship, will it now potentially fight on our side if we got into battle?
If you or one of your companions harms the target, the spell ends. So, maybe. It's
Yeah.
less likely to attack a packed member than it is to attack, like, if you cast Animal Friendship on a wolf and then attack a bear, it's very likely to work. If you cast Animal Friendship on a wolf and then try and attack other wolves, it doesn't work. Well, typically, most of the charm and enchantment spells don't work if you're actively engaged in combat with something. So, like, once you're fighting, it doesn't work anymore. But might work here.
Is it charm? Is that what basically it charms the animal?
It's not. It specifically doesn't call it the charm effect because it's animal friendship, not human friendship.
Okay.
But it has all the same things in place.
All right. Yeah, I'll cast it at a level 3 to do 3 of them, and then I'll cast it at a second level also.
Okay. First level. No, the first level.
Yeah, so a level 3 and another level 1.
Yeah, all of the wolves are now friendly with you guys.
Sorry, Nova. I know you wanted to.
That's fine.
They already had enough holes.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we've got the passageway diverges in two. We've got the slide, and we've got the passageway deeper into the cave north.
Yeah, I tell them there's a guy down there and some really cool brushes. I mean, yeah, and then we can go further into the cave this way.
As you enter into the room, Narash, your passive perception is 19?
That's right.
Yeah. There is a stone that is rolled up against a wall that you can tell has been recently rolled against that wall and seems to be covering some sort of passageway.
So I'm going to point that out to everyone and rely on my great old cantrip, Mold Earth, and see if I can just kind of like scoop out a little passageway for us to move through.
Yeah, so you scoop out some earth underneath the stone, and the stone rolls back into it, creating a passageway through. It's not the widest passageway, but it's slightly tight, but it's still possible for everyone to move through. I think
is it
necrotised wolves are like licking on your are like running around and like trying to nip at your heels in a friendly way.
Oh, who's the cutest little wolfie?
It's a little more disturbing than cute because of how like gross they all look in some ways.
Is it pitch black beyond the
yes.
stone? Do I have any? Does anyone have any light spells? I guess I don't.
Thea is holding a torch, of course.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Thea for the torch, and then I have telekinesis. I'm gonna actually push the torch into the darkness beyond, so we can see what is in there.
Yeah, it's a long, thin passage, probably extending. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 feet, 65, 70 feet.
But we can't see beyond that.
I mean, the torch illuminates 20 feet. How long is your telekinesis? It also curves. It's not a straight passage.
Okay, so I was just meaning it's not a dead end.
No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just let's move on, and march right in there.
Okay. As you march in there, Narash, now leading the party, you're making way forward. With your perception, you hear muffled voices at the end of the hallway. They sound like they're a little distant, but they're talking about paints and colors. They're talking about finding the beauty within. And they're talking about the work the great work.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Thea and say, it looks like there's a few more people afflicted by this same thing. Do you want to maybe take the lead again? And it seems like they recognize you, but you're not, if you don't mind me saying so, too far gone. So maybe you want to take the lead again?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll do that.
So Thea takes the torch, and the hallway. This hallway is quite thin, actually. It really is a single file hallway, and it curves around, and you keep on making your way through. Thea, you get to the end of the hallway, and you find another large boulder blocking your path, and you can hear the voices are on the other side of it, but a little bit further even than that. The boulder just is muffling a lot of the sound. It's almost like creating a seal, but you can still hear the sound reverberate through it.
Hey, Narash, you want to move this boulder?
I can try. So I can't see the far side of the boulder to do exactly the same sort of trick I did the other time. Is that still possible for me to do that?
No, you can only affect things magically that you can see.
I can push it.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Do you wanna? So again, it's this narrow hallway. You're squeezing to the front. There's a point where you're like right next to the holding the torch as you push your way to the front. Nova, athletics check to push the boulder.
23.
Yeah, you easily roll the boulder out a little bit. It goes a little bit of a distance, and then sort of stops. And you realize that like you could easily push this again. It's not like it's designed in such a way that it's supposed to look like it's really like this solid foundation, but it's also designed to be pushable. Someone sort of purposely covered this passage up in a way that would work. You can use this boulder as a tool if you want.
Should I keep going? All right, I pushed the boulder again.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. There's now plenty of air to get through. You guys can walk through easily. Nova, at this point, I need you to make a stealth check.
All right. 23.
Beautiful. And simultaneously, actually, Timothy, can you roll an animal friendship? Animal handling check.
Mm-hmm. 23.
Despite the fact that you are the one that cast animal friendship on the wolves, they actually are not very like. They kind of seem to be avoiding your pack. Like they're interested in playing with you, but it's almost as if there's something that they smell that they don't like.
His pack, the thing that he is carrying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Did they follow us through the narrow passageway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They're your friends. They're sticking with you.
That'll be important later on.
Yeah. So Nova, you successfully push the boulder a little bit and are able to scoot through here. You find yourself on a ledge. There's a passageway south of here, and a staircase of all things, roughly hewn, descending down into a room in which maybe 20 people are working on the walls. They all have brushes, and they're all painting this beautiful, beautiful, haunting, weird image of this shape that seems to be changing and growing and shifting. It's hard to see really what it is, but it seems to have a form. I think that Nova, it reminds you a little bit of like your namesake, a nova, or a nebula, perhaps, shining bright. The paints that they're using seem to, for some reason, cause the walls themselves to illuminate with the color that is inside of them. giving like this weird, sickly, bright purple aura to the room. Blues sometimes illuminating things, greens sometimes illuminating things. It's quite bizarre. One of them seems to be a little bit in charge and is, no, 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 no. That one goes over there. And they're doing it in a pointillistic passion, dipping in these pots that they have, and then just touching things and dipping in a pot and touching things. So there's this chamber below you, and then the hallway winds west of here, winds down.
I get the rest of the team and say they got a cool painting, but we should probably keep heading down, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with 20 people. It seems like we should just leave them alone.
Quick question.
Mm.
Do they look like, are they dressed similarly to how people were dressed in the city, the local city?
Yes. Actually, yes, though their robes are very stained. And again, and actually, I think you'll notice that some of them have patches of the necrotized flesh.
Okay.
All their eyes have a vacant, glassy expression. So you start heading down, and let's see. Thea, I think you were the only person who could notice this. So I want a perception check from you.
Matthew, my passive perception is 19.
Yeah, I know. It's true. But there's also the fictional positioning of who would be obsessed with the colors enough to notice these things. And in this case, I think Thea is the answer. So Thea, as you head down the passage, the colors seem smeared in the wrong direction to you. In a sense, like there's something off about this area. And you start heading down the passage, and you see a humanoid figure in black robes, wearing a white mask, just standing at the end of the hallway and looking at you all, or looking in your direction. The white mask is blank and expressionless, and seems to be like a good way out from the face, maybe like several inches away from the face, maybe floating there somehow.
Have all of us seen this person?
Anyone who's in the hallway, yeah, absolutely, all of you. You're still like 50, 60 feet away, so not like conversational distance, although you could shout if you wanted. But he's just sort of standing there. They're just sort of standing there.
We came this far, let's approach.
Okay. As you approach, when you get to like maybe 10, 15 feet away, he holds up his hand, and a voice says, "Go no further. The colors you seek are that way."
What's this way?
Something that has been forbidden. I promise, what you seek is that way.
Can we see this, even if we can't see the face, can we see this person or creature's hands to judge if this is a human or otherwise?
Yes, the hands are quite furry paws.
Does it look like a Rakshasa?
Yeah, why don't you roll a perception check, Nova? Yeah, the paws aren't back. The paws are not backward. The claws are not backwards, and there seems to be less of them. There's 3 fingers and a thumb. look like beans, little pussies.
I don't know if we can kind of repeat this whole perception thing, but given my kind of
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Why don't you roll a perception check?
Okay. It's a 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You recognize the features as being quasi-foxy, but definitely larger than the foxfolk region of this planet, who are closer to halflings. This is like a 5.5 foot tall creature. So it's not a foxfolk of this region, but the features are fox-like.
I'm going to say we're interested in the colors, but we also need to continue moving on.
You cannot.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Ask you nicely to go the other way.
Oh, you seem reasonable. Hi, Dr. Timothy Rowe. You can call me Timothy. Yeah, we're here to help people. The people are fallen under some sort of sickness, illness.
Oh, you're not cultists. I thought you were a little bit harder to manipulate than some of the cultists.
Go on.
No, I'm done.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Are you manipulating them?
Yes.
Could you
Well, manipulate, strong word. Yes, though. Accurate.
Spoiler alert, what's the color?
Oh, it's not. I don't fully know. I don't want to look at it because I'm afraid it might affect me. I just pretend that it has affected me and that I'm not supposed to go this way, and that I'm supposed to get people to go the other way.
Uh-huh. We learned from a very nice but sort of delirious flower that something landed on this planet over a month ago or so.
Yes.
Was that you?
No.
What was it?
The color. It's a creature from... How aware are you of things? I always feel weird asking this question.
Like alien?
50-50? Yeah.
Well, I'm not from here, so maybe I've heard of it.
Where are you from?
Dragman.
Oh, I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, next time you're there, say hi. Anyway,
Sure.
about
No,
thing.
probably not. Yeah, so, there are these creatures that sort of exist beyond understanding, outside of things, and one of them got loose, probably because someone set it loose, and it crashed onto the planet and is causing the problems that you're seeing. It's over there if you're trying to defeat it, local heroes and all. Good luck to you.
There meaning where? Over there meaning...
Oh, if you walk through the room with the cultists in it, where they're doing that large mural, and then go to the intersection and from this direction, take the furthest right, I believe, will lead you down to the depths where you are most likely to find it.
So if that's where it is, then what are you trying to keep us from?
Oh, well, it doesn't like something down this way, but I also need it, so I'm not going to let people through to take it or destroy it.
What is it?
Nothing you need to concern yourselves with. Nothing that will bother you. Local heroes and all.
I'm going to reach out with telekinesis and try to yank the mask away.
You want to yank the mask away with telekinesis? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what happens here. Let me see. Do I have a way of stopping this? Or do I care? There we go. Let's see what we got here. Do I care? I don't think I care. So you pull the mask away, and you see the head of a jackal on the body of like a person. You know, that's really quite rude.
Well, I mean, masks are kind of out of fashion now. I mean, I'm sort of helping you here.
I
But
mean,
why
I
would
don't
you-
exactly look like a local, and so many people would react with discomfort upon seeing a face like this. With the cultist here, it doesn't matter that much, but you know, still a little rude. I was making a cursory attempt to, you know, be here.
What's behind you?
Nothing you need to concern yourself with. And, because he's an idiot, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Sure.
You have advantage on this because of your situation with Marco.
Alright. Big money. That's a 5.
Yeah, you know, it's nothing that you need to concern yourself with.
Oh, okay.
Can I do some sort of check to Arcana or whatever it might be to determine what makes this creature think it has such power to resist 5 strong adventurers?
Yeah, I'll allow an insight check.
Ooh, that's a nat 1.
Yeah. You know, he's hard to read. You've never seen this type of creature before. He's been to Dregma. He claims to have been to Dregma at least. So, you know, he's got a little bit of something here.
I say to everyone, there's something going on with this guy.
What? I'm looking in our notes. But I can't find the name of what was the name of the like was she like a princess or something, or like the one of the local leader of the empire's like faction on Kava?
Oh yeah. We definitely have her name. Hold on. I can pull that up because I have it here in yeah, she was a princess. Let's see. I have it. I know her name. She hasn't come up recently, so in any of my games. Let's see, what do we have here? Is it down here? It's got to be down here. Princess Allura.
Oh, right. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry, it is in. Yeah, long-eared elf from Regulus.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. It is in the cast of the Kwa. Just.
Yeah, Regulus is you wouldn't know this because they did. Well, you would know this actually, I think, but that's the capital planet of the Empire.
Celexa is stepping forward, and as she steps forward, she grows about 8 inches taller, and her like eyes kind of glow a little bit, and she says, "You seem to have made you seem to be under the mistaken impression that you're speaking to local heroes. I see that you don't know who I am. You may address me as Celexa, and I am a personal friend of multiple heads of state throughout the Shimmering Seas, and indeed a personal friend of Princess Allura. And you would be wise to cooperate with me and with my retinue."
Okay, there's 2 roles here, and I need to separate them out.
Okay.
The first role is deception.
Can I cast guidance?
And, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's.
You can only cast guidance on one of the roles, though. Or actually, you cast guidance and select, so you can choose which role you want to use it on.
Okay, so that's a D4 added to one of the rolls.
Yeah.
Do I choose it before or after?
No, you can choose it after.
Okay.
I'm going to treat it like a bardic guidance.
So there's a 19.
Your deception. The next roll is going to be intimidation.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. I will. I'll let the 19 stand.
Okay, hold on.
And then intimidation.
Yep.
A natural 20 plus a d4.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
So, yeah, for a total of 32.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I've got a roll here. Let's see how I do. Okay. I think you exaggerate your significance and importance. But now is not really an appropriate time for me to come into conflict with any representative of the Empire. So from that perspective, I would strongly implore you to leave me to this cave and go deal with the alien radiance as you see fit.
We will perhaps grant you a short reprieve if you can tell us a little bit more about what has caused all this and the nature of the disturbance.
I'll tell you everything that I can tell you in exchange for you not going down this passageway.
Okay, but you literally said that there was something down this passage that the thing didn't like.
Sure.
It's like a weakness to me.
Sure, yes.
That would help us defeat it.
Would help you make it run away, but I don't think you'll need it. Especially with, a servant of High Princess Allura.
I did not say servant.
Whatever. Friend. I mean, if you relate to her at all, you know that she thinks that everyone is her servant. That doesn't mean that you are, but,
Fair.
Let's be real. Princess and all. Dr. Timothy.
Oh, no, sorry. Out of game. As we are talking, can Timothy look on the ground to see if there are other tracks of non-cultists coming and going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Survival.
Mm-hmm.
10. Yeah, you don't see any.
Okay. I think that we can agree that we will go take care of our business first. If we survive the ordeal, then you may expect us to return. But who knows, right? That could happen or not.
Can I insight whether or not this thing will help us defeat this creature?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Okay. And I'd like to add a d10.
Sure.
That's a
26. Yeah. Yes. It will. This is definitely this guy is hiding something that he thinks will help defeat whatever this creature is. And he definitely doesn't want you to go down there because he thinks that's not a good use of the thing. He wants to use this for something else.
Look. We know that what you have is something we want.
Yes, but your need is not great.
What is your need for it?
Vastly more important.
more important than saving a town?
Yes. Didn't I just say vastly more important?
Why should we care?
I don't know. I was hoping that I wouldn't bump into anyone who was that important before I could find a way to remove what is down there.
Is it more important to you because it will help you off planet?
Yes.
Well, I can relate to that.
See? Someone who understands.
Ugh. God, these off-worlders. What did you say your name was anyway?
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Gundry.
Gundry. Well, Gundry, I have to give you credit for your determination, shall we say.
Yes.
But it seems to me that what you're doing amounts to asking us nicely
Yes.
to grant you a boon for some indeterminate use that you won't explain to us. And we have no reason to particularly to believe you. So I think that we're going to continue forward, and I don't really see what you can possibly do to stop us.
Narash is going to jump in here and say, no, I think I get where this person is coming from. But Gundry, no one's going to come down this passage. Look at the cultists. They couldn't do anything other than paint that wall right now. Why don't you come?
They've come down a couple times and then wandered back because I've instructed them to go away, pretending to be one of them. It's worked.
What if we could just create a barrier here, and then you could come with us, help us get what we need done, and then you can return here.
I don't really have any particular. I mean, I have a protection that I'm using against the effects of the alien radiance, but I'm uncertain that it'll hold if I'm directly in conflict with it. It seems pretty effective. I guess with a team it is better, but I'm still not convinced that you need my help. In fact, I don't think you do need my help. I think you guys are quite capable. You appear quite capable.
Can I insight this one also?
Sure, yeah.
I don't trust this guy.
That's totally fair. Mm-hmm.
That's a 20.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be lying. He thinks you look quite capable. He's not nervous about you guys, but he definitely seems to. He definitely is like, shall I say, cognizant of your effect and power.
Come on, I bet you're good in a fight.
Yes, quite.
Oh.
But that's not where my talents lie. Typically, I infiltrate hidden wise, and I just didn't realize cultists. It would have been fine otherwise.
Well, I mean, if you come help us, then we won't have to come take your thing, and then you get to keep your thing.
So, you're saying that if I aid you in your fight against the alien radiance, and let's say I am of worth, so I'm not just like standing there doing nothing, but actually do something to help you, that you will allow me to keep my cave?
Yeah.
Is that fair? Do you all agree to that?
I mean, Nova, do you like? He doesn't even. He said that he doesn't even think that we need help. Like, why we can just take the thing and take care of the radiance too. What's the big deal?
For free, I'll add that there's an infected Bahir over there, guarding it. Sorry, just incentivized to help now a little bit.
That sounds pretty gross, actually.
You seem to know a lot about the alien radiance. How can we protect ourselves from being afflicted?
Hmm. Uh, protection against psychic damage is going to be the most effective thing that you have. Do any of you have the ability to cast the Mind Blank spell? No. Okay. Well, so far that's been working for me. It's been rendering me immune to its effects. Um, don't stare at it too much.
Don't stare.
Avoid looking at it if you can. Difficult when you're attacking it, but can be helpful.
Well, can you cast Mind Blank on us?
Well, I could cast it on one of you. I only have so much energy to spend in a day. Yes, I'm sure you all, those of you who are trained, the two of you that are trained spellcasters, no, the three of you, right, that are trained spellcasters will understand that.
I'd request that you cast it on Nova. So far, I think she's been a surprising voice of reason.
Slexa?
So we're really just going to like walk away from whatever like mysterious thing is in the passage beyond, and just say that this random guy from outer space can just keep whatever's there for his own purposes, like,
and beyond, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, fancy. I mean, why don't we just take a look and decide for ourselves? Like, we can, maybe it's something that we let him have anyway, and maybe it's something that's like, what does this guy ever do to deserve it, right?
What if you tell us why you need it, and then we do the rest of the plan?
No. Or could I be vague and cryptic? To save the universe.
Let me guess. Is it Earth's blood?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can we go?
Is it just Earth's blood? Is that
yes.
it?
He has a large store of it that the alien radiance stumbled upon and then fled. Doesn't seem to like it.
Oh, okay.
Well, boring.
If it's a large store, you can part with some.
I could. I choose not to.
I have some. We're fine. What? Insight?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
This is the most insightful Nova has been in a long time.
Oh, I'm super insightful.
Oh, dang.
That's a 24.
Yeah. It is probably just Earth's blood. He also has stored some of his own personal equipment down there, as well. But it's just his stuff. Whatever that may be.
Okay, well, if that's all it is, then sure. Yeah, come on. Let's. Are you gonna?
You really don't care about it?
I mean,
you've seen Earth's blood.
Okay, fair enough. Works for me.
Sorry, hold on. Under two conditions, okay? Two conditions. Fine by me. I don't care. It's more trouble than it's worth. As long as you don't bring an army to come claim it. Okay? Deal?
Definitely deal. I prefer to work in a much more subtle fashion than that.
Good. And two, you don't leak such information to other factions on this planet who have armies who would also come take it.
Or
Definitely don't want to do that. Don't care about the armies. Care about armies, but not your armies, not this world's. Yes?
And you're not giving it to the Empire.
Definitely not.
And nor to Songshore.
I don't know who that is.
Good.
And saving the universe, will that help my home planet of Dregma?
Your planet is being oppressed by the Empire, yes?
That is correct.
Great. I'm actively trying to destroy the Empire.
Beautiful.
I work for a faction that's actively trying to destroy the Empire.
Huh.
You good with that?
What faction is that?
When I said Princess Allure was a friend, I might have been overstating it a little bit.
I figured that you were overstating the friendship. I mean, she doesn't really have... she is so frigging privileged and, yeah, I'm in charge of everything.
The worst, right? She's just the worst. Oh,
yeah, friendship with her is not something that is easily maintained or accomplished. Okay, great. let's make a plan and go deal with the Behir and the Radiance, and then call it a day. Yeah.
But let me ask one more thing to this jackal creature.
Sure.
What's the name of your home planet?
It doesn't have one. Not anymore.
So it has a sort of symbol thing like Prince in his second act.
It was it was destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh, Narash, way to like ask insensitive questions.
I guess that was a little awkward. I'm sorry about that.
Oh my god.
It wasn't destroyed by the Empire, but it was destroyed because of the Empire. Anyway, let's make a plan, he says, and then we cut for our break. Back in 10, everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sagas of the Shimmering Sea. This is the Chosen Few, and we are dealing with the Alien Radiance right now. At least that's what the title of the episode is, and all that good stuff. As always, though, I like to take a moment here at the top of the second part of the show to encourage you, yes, you, whoever you are, to think about how you can give back to the world in some way, how you can benefit those around you. Right now, it is Mother's Day, and because of that, I am thinking a lot about mothers. And, I don't know what your relationship with your mother is, but probably she did something nice for you at some point in your life. And if you can look at that moment and find a way to do something nice for her today, I think that's a great thing to do. It's part of the theme of the channel. We say it at the end of every episode. Feed your mom. My mom's getting a very nice dinner tonight. So, do what you can to think about and help mothers. The world is a rough place, and parenthood is a difficult state of life. So if you can find a way to alleviate some of that difficulty, even now, later in their life when they're less your parents, I think that's sometimes a nice thing to do. So I encourage you to do that. Also, we've got other shows on this channel. This is one of our 3 shows. I know, shocking, I know. All taking place in the same world right now. This show is on the border between Chalestra and Prion right now, but we've got a show that's occurring in Prion, deep in the north of Prion. A tomb has been uncovered, and they are digging and finding out all sorts of dark and ancient secrets that were buried deep within the tomb. There might be a blood magic problem on this world soon. We'll find out, among other things. And then we also have, in Chalestra, we've got a game running right now, the Assassination of Primarch Magli Black Ice, and they are trying to overthrow a fascist dictator. I think that's a good thing to do, and they're working on it very, very hard. They just had a really cool moment where they imprisoned a person and or god, maybe, who is supporting the fascist dictator. And that was a very successful, cool little moment for them, because that guy was very, very confident and cocky that he was prepared against everything that they could do, and then was not, because they totally blindsided him, and it was awesome. This guy was just like sitting there drinking a cup of wine waiting for them, and then like got totally tricked by them entirely. It was awesome. Both those games aren't...
I'm gonna have to watch that episode.
Yes, it's the most recent episode. It's pretty close to the end of the episode. It was pretty awesome. Samhain pulled some good stunts there. And with that, both those shows are on Thursdays, Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 and 5:30 respectively. So go check that stuff out. Back to this story. So, our jackal-headed spellcaster has mentioned that he cast the Mind Blank spell to protect himself from the effects of the alien radiance. I believe that a couple of you were interested in investigating whether you were familiar with that spell in some sense or fashion. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Absolutely, Selexa. I would also add that I said this off stream, but Nova's insight checks were all very, very good, and I answered them 100% truthfully and accurately in the moment, but I realized that with 3 insight or 4 insight checks, I think, inside one conversation, Nova certainly, additionally to that, would have gotten a vibe of, like, this guy's not revealing everything. He's not on the level, as the word goes.
I believe I was 1 short. I rolled a 17.
Yes, indeed, you are 1 short in this case. You have not currently heard of the Mind Blank spell. But the fact that you haven't heard of the Mind Blank spell itself tells you some information.
But it's quite a high-level spell.
Yes, it is indeed. And even more interestingly, for those of you who really know the mechanics of this game, inside and out, for those who are teasing, he offered to cast it a second time on one of you, which may reveal even more information than perhaps you want.
Perhaps that we were being slightly cocky.
Maybe. Action economy strongly favors the team with the more people in it. 1v5 is never in my favor. But still, yes. I think
he could probably make things unpleasant for us in some way.
Yes.
In a way that might be not worth the trouble.
That is definitely true. Not worth the trouble is definitely true. I'm looking at his spell list and I'm thinking, it's not that you wouldn't win, but
he could ruin our day, yeah.
Or some of your lives. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for him to win, it is possible. But there could be some problems. From that perspective, Winona's like, oh, really? I want to test it out now. Cat. Okay.
Suggested a brain slugs.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Excellent. From that perspective, so he's agreed to help you guys as long as you leave the Earth's Blood alone. He holds up one finger and to pause, and then turns and walks back deeper into the cave, and returns about 25 seconds later, and he's holding 6 white masks, and he offers them to each of you.
Cool.
It's fine. I got my own.
Okay. Yeah, these will prevent the very cool looking. Yeah, these will prevent the cultists from seeing you. They sort of gloss over the whiteness.
I take mine, and then when I'm up close, I say, I'd like some Earth's blood. Not much. A little bit.
Oh, from me?
Not now. After we do our part, this could be something of a reward. We're helping each other.
I feel like your reward is defeating the alien radiance, and my reward is the Earth's blood.
Okay, well then maybe we'll just go home and you can defeat the alien radiance yourself.
Oh, but I don't care about it.
But you're stuck here right now.
Temporarily.
I'm asking for a little bit of what you have. We're both off planet. We're both fighting the Empire. This will help us both. You know what? You've been to Dregma. You know what we're going through.
True. Backward little planet that it is, yes.
I think that I have an idea to fight the Empire on behalf of Dregma, and I just need a little more Earth's blood to do it. You have a lot, it seems, so maybe you could part with a little after we accomplish this task.
It seemed to me like your friends were saying that they have plenty of Earth's blood.
Plenty in our case is a few vials.
And you're asking me for another vial?
Another 3 vials, yeah.
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I cast? Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of it. One of my cantrips. Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll.
What you created the flea market. That is true.
All right. Persuasion, not my strong suit. Oh my god, that's a nat 20.
So you're saying that I give you 3 vials of Earth's blood, and you'll drop this subject, and I don't have to talk to you about this ever again?
You don't have to talk to me ever again.
I don't mind talking to you. It's more, I'm finding this topic to be wearing and grating.
Yes, very well. We can leave it. But, Gundry, I see that you and I are both inclined to fight the Empire.
True.
And I think we can consider ourselves to be allies.
Excellent. Allies, sure. Hold on. He goes back down the cave. He comes back maybe a minute and a half later and hands you 3 vials of Earth's blood.
Thank you very much, Gundry. And best of luck to both of us in our fight against the Empire.
Yes. Good luck to you. So, do you have a plan? There's let's see. Well, there's a Behir that's been infected by the alien radiance, and then the alien radiance itself.
Wait, do we know what a Behir is? That sounds familiar.
Oh, monstrosities local to this planet. They're not super common, but they're around.
I'm trying to remember, but out of game, have we encountered a Behir? Like the name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure why.
I think you might have at one point, but I don't remember. It was definitely a huge fight for you early on. If it was, let me check. I'll check our notes. That's what notes are for. You fought one in the. Oh, you fought a mechanical behir in the gauntlet.
Yeah. Is that the giant lightning snake?
Yep, giant lightning snake with it's a snake with legs, and it's giant, and it breathes lightning.
Oh,
like a skink.
Yes. And they are local.
That's not a nice word, Timothy. You're not allowed to say that anymore.
I'm okay with that. And they are local, but they're very rare. And they're not intelligent necessarily. They're not like mindless animals. Mindless animals. Animals have plenty of minds. Sorry. Whatever. They have a relatively lowish intelligence score. They are not beasts. They are monstrosities. And tend towards hoarding and like trap. They're sort of like clever prey, capture, eat people, if that makes sense.
Do we share
and towards caves and or deep woods?
Do we share this knowledge amongst ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember how to? Is it? How did we defeat it last time? Didn't we come up with something clever?
Yes. You removed one of its. Timothy removed something from inside the behir to disable it. It was a mechanical behir. Probably won't work in this case in the same way.
Well, I feel like, the plan. Like, shouldn't we just do what we always do? Like, Nova and Thea go in and tear it up, and the rest of us will try and lock it down in place and keep it in the right spot.
So you're thinking like paralysis spells for me is what you're looking for?
Anything you can do to slow it down and or protect them.
Sure. Are we okay. Look, I don't want to push this. I'm not in charge here. You guys are in charge here. I'm here to help or whatever. But if you get infected by the alien radiance, am I supposed to like let you be infected, or am I supposed to kill you, or
Let's not kill us. That'd be great.
Okay.
Do you know, is there any cure?
Cure. Time and distance. If it's dead or really far away, then theoretically you'll start the effects will start lessening. You'll probably always have a vague interest in art, though.
Oh no.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Thea.
Parents will be so disappointed.
You're infected already.
Yeah, it's been one day.
Few hours, like half a day, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Obviously, but you seem to be handling it okay. I don't have a cure. Maybe if it dies, that'll solve the problem.
Well, let's kill it then. See if that works.
Oh, before we go in, you said you had a fancy spell that you could cast?
Yes, on one of you is probably for the best. Technically, I could do two, but I'd rather reserve that.
Well, I'm fine. I don't need any help.
Okay.
I think I'm okay too.
Confidence, I like it.
I would use it.
You would use it? Okay. Don't resist me. And he walks towards you, and let me pull up the full text of the spell, actually, see if I'm doing this right. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. One action. Cool. Last 24 hours. Cool. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Walks up to you and holds his hands in a circle. Little pause, and just sort of holds the circle up to your face and around your forehead. And you feel for a second as all thought just leaves your mind, and then comes rushing back in.
That was a head rush.
Yes, that experience is disconcerting. Sorry, I could have warned you about that. I just chose not to.
Okay.
Guy's growing on me.
So, as far as plans go, sounds like there's at least two things we're attacking: the Radiance and the Behir.
Hmm.
Shall we pick teams before we head in?
But we're not gonna stick together.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying we'll probably have to attack both of them at once.
But the Behir is guarding the Radiance. Is that not true?
As far as I know, it might be in. It seems to be in the same chamber.
Oh.
Very close to it.
Well, what do we know about the?
Any closer.
What do we know about the Radiance? Like, have you seen it? Do you know what it looks like?
Swirling gas and color and light. A little bit like a. Have you ever seen a nebula?
Yes. I passed through a few. Not too.
Yes, of course. It's of course not a nebula. It's from beyond, but you know, it's well, it's got a ability of beyond the mental manipulation that you're obviously being concerned with. It may cause you to necrotize slightly in certain ways. Physical contact with it can hurt, but the real concern is the mental manipulation. And if you're immune or resistant to psychic manipulations, then that'll largely help you in this situation. This spell that I've cast upon Nova and myself, of course, will make us immune to the vast majority of its potential methods for attacking us. So in many ways, because of that situation, the Behir may be more deadly, considering the damage that it can do. Whereas this is, I mean, of course, if one of you is lost to it, or if one of you becomes more lost to it, as obviously Thea, you are susceptible to, then that could cause problems.
I think we should take care of the Behir first, and then the other thing.
How do we attack the Radiance?
Yeah, would a sword work?
Certainly magically infused swords will work to a certain extent. It's pretty resistant to things, but yes, hacking, slashing should work to a certain extent. Spells, non-magically infused swords, it's probably resistant to.
Well, Behir is huge.
Yeah.
And I can take on a huge beast by becoming a huge beast.
So if a sword would work, just hypothetically, would this thing count as a celestial being? Since it's from outer space?
It is almost certainly not celestial.
Okay.
It is, in fact, I can vouch for the fact that it is not celestial. It is much more alien than that. Celestial tends to be more holy, I guess, or divine, infused by certain classes of beings that characterize themselves as being divine and then for empower people or supplicants with their divine power. Why?
Oh, just, my sword likes killing things.
Does it? Well, this is an odd thing to kill. It might enjoy it.
Yeah. Just wondering whether I should be on team Radiance or team Behir.
Well, I still think we should try and focus on the one and then the other.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's going to take us longer, and the longer that the Behir is alive, the longer it can hurt us.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're stronger together. And we can take care of each other.
But first, we need to, I guess, pass through these cultists. Well, let's see if these masks work, huh?
They should. It'd be weird if they didn't. I mean, they've been working for me for quite some time. You know?
Yeah, sorry about that mask pulling thing. I, just to, we didn't know you.
Oh, Narash, did you have a way to keep the cultists out of the chamber? That was part of the deal, right?
Yes, I can make it hard for them to get in, but it would also make me less. It would take away some of my facility once we get into the fight.
They may come as reinforcements if the alien radiance is damaged. I don't know. That's certainly a possibility I hadn't considered. That's smart, Selexa.
Oh, I was talking about the passage back that you were guarding.
Oh, I'm not too worried. They only really came down once every 7 or 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
On
Takes
that
that
note,
long, we'll probably be dead anyways.
Let's hope not. On the note that you just talked about, though, these necrotic dogs are friendly to me currently.
I noticed.
Yes. If we were to hurt the alien radiance, do you think they would turn against us?
Yes. Well, depends how strong your magic is. Are you controlling them, or are they just friendly towards you?
They're just friendly. Well, magically, they should be friendly to me for the rest of the day. Unless one of us hurts them, and if they're connected to the alien radiance, you know what I'm saying?
I do. I don't fully. No, that's an interesting thing. It might be worth testing, and I could see that might be useful information. Is the alien radiance actually inside of the people that we are? Well, we could do. We could test it by stabbing Thea.
Yes, I had the same thought, but no stabbing.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, if we need to find out, possibly, but if we can avoid being stabbed before we go into a fight.
Yeah.
Also, you may not be infected enough.
Well, maybe we should leave the wolves here.
Sure, or if they're your friends, could you encourage them to go run and play outside or something?
I think so. I think they've been underground long enough.
Sure.
Yeah, tell them they deserve a day off.
Yeah.
This was their den originally, actually.
Another kind of related question. These wolves in the Bahir, are they undead?
No.
Okay.
They're not. They're still alive. The discoloration or the... I'm trying to think of the appropriate... Disgusting aspects? Is that an appropriate word?
Yeah, gross.
Yes, the gross aspects. I'm pretty sure they're being used for paint.
Used for paint?
Yes.
They are decomposing because they're being used for paint?
No, they're being necrotized, and then the result of their necrosis is then being ground into paint substitutes.
I mean, that explains the very vivid colors, right?
Narash finds this just viscerally horrifying.
Just try not to think about it as we're walking through the cavern,
Yeah, roll an insight check, Narash, for me.
That's a 22.
Gundry, the jackal-headed fella, is interested in your revulsion, but doesn't seem to care about it.
So, are we ready?
Sure. Shall we? Puts on his mask. Again, it's several inches away from his face because it's at the tip of his snout. He's got a jackal face, so it's definitely a little awkward. And does one of you want to lead, or should I just?
Narash will lead if others don't jump forward because he's really worked up now.
So Lexa will step forward with him.
Perfect. Yeah. there's room, and so you guys work forward, and you hear from the back, left and down the ramp here, towards the cult chamber.
We continue in that direction.
Yeah. You head down there, and again, there's like it's very clear here. There's like doing a full count now. There's 18 people, and they're all painting on the walls in this sort of pointillistic thing. The artwork is so bizarre looking, twisting tentacles of shifting colors, and a lot of the paint, like depending on how you are moving, changes its shade a little bit. It's very weird, and none of you have ever seen anything like it. It almost functions a little bit like imagine if you'd never seen a TV screen before and it was doing like psychedelic like iTunes background stuff or whatever. Like it's very surreal to experience for the first time. Yeah. And he keeps guiding you through right here, and you find yourself actually pretty close to the entrance that you came in originally, and he says, and sharp right here. And it's not a ramp or a slide exactly, but it does go deeply down, steep. And then you get to a point, and he says, "Okay, we're right outside the chamber. Any last-minute preparations that anyone wants to make?"
Um, I am going to touch touch Thea on the shoulder and say, uh, "We're we're counting on you, and gonna give you a D8 inspiration die." And then she's gonna punch Nova awkwardly in the arm and give her one too.
Awkward punch in the arm. Gotta love
Fire.
it. Yeah, does she take fire damage? How on edge is Nova? Fair enough.
In terms of the druid cantrips, guidance and resistance, can I cast them both on my companions in preparation for a battle?
Mm-hmm. I believe they are both concentration spells, so you cast one or the other.
I see. Okay. I'm going to cast resistance on Timothy.
Beautiful. That's almost certainly the correct call, because guidance is ability checks, which doesn't include attack rolls. Okay.
And then can I clarify one more thing out of game? If I do my wild shift, that's a bonus action, correct? For me,
for you, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
It is not for all druids, but you have a special druid. You have a special circle of the moon of your planet that enables it to be a bonus action.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you.
Timothy?
I'm going to cast flame arrows on my quiver.
Okay. Your arrows are now flamey. Oh. I don't know why Narsh. Okay. Anyone else? So, the cave itself is entirely smooth, but there are like steps within it, and they're more like shelves, large shelves that are about 8 feet in height. So they take a little bit of effort to climb up to get from the different levels here. And as you enter into the cave, you see just glimmers of this shining, shifting light coming from the far side of the cave. And perched on one of these shelves is a long, snake-like creature that is huge and thick at its core. It's thicker than any 4 humanoids stacked on top of each other. It's fat, but its normally tealish blue color has been shifted. It's these weird yellows and these weird teals and cyans. And it seems to like just be looking around and sort of sees you, and it just sort of sneers. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to click the thing.
No worries. I forgot to set everything on the right layer, so, same thing. Okay, I've got 3 creatures to run here. Ditch. Okay, go, go, go. 15. Where are my other windows? Okay. Here plus 3. 15. And what do you got? Plus 1. Plus 1. Okay, and who did I miss? Who's missing? Sorry.
Sorry, maybe me.
No, I'm missing.
Yeah, Narash is missing. Yeah, Narash, what'd you get?
18.
Okay.
Nova's missing.
Nova's missing. What'd you get?
21.
Nice. Thea, Timothy, Selexa, Nova, Narash, Radiance, Behir, and Gundry. Okay, excellent. This is the cave. This is where we're at. We can look at the battle map as you see fit. And yeah, that's what's going on. Nova, you get to go first.
I would like to do something. Can I make it to the Behir?
So these steps are awkward and large. It would be let's see, how far is it, first of all? From you to the Behir. Yeah, so it's like 55 feet. So it would take an athletics check to get there in 1 turn. And it would cost your action.
Okay. I guess I don't really have much I can do at this turn. I guess I'll take in this game, can I prepare an action?
You can hold an action.
Can I I'd like to move one set of movement and then hold an action to attack if it gets close.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. Yeah, so if it enters melee range, you want to hit it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Your action is now held. Okay. Beauty. Okay, stop doing that, Matthew. Stop. Excellent. Beautiful. So Nova charges in and takes up a fighter pose, ready to stab this creature should it get close. Timothy, what are you doing?
Timothy's going to. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
There. He's going to move up, and he would like to try to shoot the Behir.
Okay. Take that shot.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, as a bonus action, first he'd like to mark it with Hunter's Mark.
Absolutely. Marking it with Hunter's Mark. It is now marked with Hunter's Mark. Bam. Now take that shot.
All right.
24 solidly hits.
28. Okay.
Oh, 28 also hits. 6 piercing.
And that is a 1d6. 1 more damage plus 1 more fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And I will shoot again.
Okay, take another shot.
Excellent.
Do you have Colossus Slayer or something?
I do now, yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. It has to be damaged. Great. Thank you.
Unless it was already damaged?
Nope.
Okay. I will shoot again.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. That hits.
That's 11 points of
Nice.
damage plus 2 fire damage.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Plus another Hunter's Mark, plus Colossus Slayer.
Oh yeah, plus Colossus Slayer. No Hunter's Mark though, right?
Why not?
It's only once per.
I don't believe so. Colossus Slayer is only once per turn.
Right. Every time. Gosh. Okay, so here's the Hunter's Mark, and here's Colossus Slayer.
Beautiful.
Now, my question though, is it within 10 feet of the Radiance?
Yes.
Okay, so then I get to make attacks against it too.
Nice. Take that shot.
Can you see the radiance?
Yes.
Okay.
It expands outward. There's a column there, but the green part of the radiance that you can see is definitely within Timothy's sight.
Okay. 23.
23 solidly hits. Okay. This is not a magical weapon.
Well, the arrows are.
Oh right, fire arrows. Perfect. Sounds good to me.
So that's 10 damage plus 1 fire damage.
Okay.
And do I make one more attack because I attacked twice?
Yes.
Okay. Jeez. Hopefully this helps. 31.
Yep, 31. That's a crit. That solidly hits.
Yeah.
Of course.
And does the fire damage crit?
Yep.
Okay. So do I just multiply this by 2 or roll twice?
Yeah. 2d6.
2d6. 11 fire damage.
Nice.
Holy shit! What?
Gotta love it. That was a Rolodex full with damage.
Oh, also Colossus Slayer. To.
Right to the second shot. You're right.
Right. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
6 damage more.
So in case you're curious, that was 70 points of damage between those two creatures in one turn.
Oh my god. I'm like, I have no idea what just happened, which is fine. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, so Timothy comes charging in, flaming arrows on his back, and he pulls one out and just shoots the Behir, and then shoots the Behir, and then shoots the Radiance, and shoots the Radiance. And these things just start, like, spraying color in every direction. There's these splatterings of light and color going in every direction. And before it is Narash's turn, I need everyone who is not named Nova to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Thea, everyone is at advantage for this. Thea, you are straight. Excellent. The colors this round glow bright and warm, and they feel soothing and comforting, but none of you are affected negatively or feel the malaise that the creature is trying to bring on you. Narash, it is your turn.
Well, first of all, good rolls.
Mm-hmm. All around.
Okay, so I want to quickly observe the Behir and see if it looks like a sort of natural creature, despite being, under the influence of whatever this radiance is. Is it an actual Behir as opposed to like undead or some kind of?
It is an actual Behir. Behirs are monstrosities; they're not beasts, but it is a Behir.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Blight on the Behir.
Excellent choice.
So make a Constitution save, yeah.
Okay, let's see what I get. I get a 20.
Oh.
So that'll be half damage, so 8d8.
Okay.
Oh, did I just lose energy? Okay.
Remember, can you remind me the what I need to type in to do 8d8?
Yes, /R, space, the number 8, the letter D, the number 8. There it is. 38 halved to 19. So a beam of dark energy erupts from Narash's fingertip and hits the Behir, and you see as like one of the Behir's legs just sort of shrivels a little bit, and it's only got 7 of them now.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to shift to an air elemental.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, let's give you an air elemental. That's a cool one. We'll do this one.
Nice.
Bam. You are now an air elemental.
Yeah.
Woo!
Love that.
Okay. Do you want to move? You haven't moved yet.
Yeah, I'll move towards the Bahir. Basically engaging it, getting up close.
Yeah, that's as close as you can get, unfortunately. It just started a little bit away. Thea, that makes it your turn. Jeez, I rolled badly compared to you guys. Okay.
Okay, so first I'm just gonna move over there. And then I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the Bahir.
Take that shot. I love this cluster that we're seeing here. This is working out great for me. 12. Unfortunately, a 12 is not going to solidly hit a Bahir.
Okay.
Instead, the arrow ricochets off one of its tight scales.
Let's see. Can I use my psi bolstered knack to try to get that up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Psionic talent die, add a number. Okay, so I can roll a
D8, I think. I'm not certain. It might be a D10 now. That's a 19. A 19 does hit.
All right. So 5 damage. And then can I use my psionic psychic blade?
Yeah, absolutely. So this arrow seems like it's going to miss, but you psionically force it back into the creature and then jam it deep with your psychic blade, doing a boatload of damage. Anything else?
That's it.
That is an excellent little turn. Cool. I'm gonna come down one of the steps and then turn towards you all and breathe lightning breath. Because that seems like the right call in this case. So I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see. I do not hit Celexa, but I hit Nova, Thea, the air elemental, and Timothy.
Does it matter for me because I'm not susceptible to lightning damage?
If you're immune to lightning damage, do not make this roll. Okay. Those are success. That's definitively a success for Thea. Nova, that is a failure. Timothy.
Nova, you also have a inspiration.
Oh, you do have an inspiration if you want to spend it.
Oh, I will use it. That's a D4.
No, D8.
D8, yeah. All right, 18.
And 18 is a success. Timothy.
I rolled a 12, but I'm going to use a point of luck.
Got it. Feel free. I missed the 12. My windows are too open.
Nice.
That is also a success. You do still take damage, but it's going to be half damage, which is quite nice. 64, half to 32 damage.
And I'm going to use evasion.
You take no damage.
Yeah.
What did Narash cast on me? Resistance? Or what was that?
Resistance, yes.
Resistance.
Okay, what does that do?
You can roll a d4 on any saving throw.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, good to know.
Yes. My bad. Could have reminded you of that. I forgot. Okay, yes. So the Behir comes down the steps and breathes lightning at you all. And after that, I'm going to use a legendary action from the Alien Radiance to throw out a strand of withering color. Who do I want to attack with this? I think we're going to focus fire. Oh, no, we actually have an incentive to attack someone. Timothy, you're being attacked. Not one. Okay, never mind. Timothy, a strand of color just sort of reaches out towards you. It looks like it's trying to go for your neck, but it seems to recoil before it even gets to you. Maybe it misjudged where you were. Maybe it misjudged something else. But for some reason, it reaches towards you and then just pulls back, totally flubbing everything. Gundry, cool. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? How much does he like you guys? He doesn't want to cause you guys pain. Yeah. Let's. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Let's not do that. I almost cast Chain Lightning, but he's too smart for that. Oh, yeah, he said he was going to try and lock things down, so he'll try and lock down the Behir. He's going to force the Behir to make a Wisdom saving throw. Let's see how this goes. +2, +2. The Behir fails. pink rings appear around the behir, and seem to be like floating up and down, and the behir like seems stuck in there as if it cannot move. It is now paralyzed. That means all attacks against it, I believe, have advantage, and more than that, if they hit, I believe they do crit damage. So he's helping out here. Celexa, you are up.
Okay, well, that kind of makes Selexa's plan a little redundant.
Oops.
So I think she is going to... yeah, she's just going to stay where she is.
Okay.
And she's going to unload with some... actually, I think she'll use a second level spell slot to cast Hex, and then unload with some Eldritch Blasts.
Sounds good to me. We will
So-
hex this creature as well. Hexed, Hunter's Marked. Gotta love it.
Okay. 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Mm-hmm.
1,
27,
2,
23,
3.
29. All 3 of those hit.
And then you say they do
Damage.
crit damage?
Yeah.
And then let's see. So wait, so is that just double?
It's double the die. So if you could roll 3d10
right.
plus 66, and I'll add it all up.
3d10
Mhm.
plus 6d6.
Mhm.
Oh, for the hex.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
3d10 plus 60. So another 38 damage on top of everything that you've done already.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 massive Eldritch Blasts just shoot into this creature and seem to be like, it would be thrusting it back, but it's paralyzed and cannot move. It seems locked in its position, and it seems incapable of doing these things. These are sorry, can you describe your Eldritch Blast for me again? These are like green seafoam things, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Basically, she she like exhales these bubbles of kind of like sort of iridescent, like like nebulous things that they sort of like flatten a little bit as they like come out of her slowly, and then they accelerate to almost like blinding speed and slam into the behir. They like grow larger and as they approach and slam into the behir with incredible force.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Okay, well, that makes it my turn. And I really don't like Timothy.
Who does, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna make 3 attacks against Timothy.
Oh.
26, 25, 20.
5, 20. I think those all hit.
Okay. Then what do these do? 46 plus 3. Cool. 46 plus 3 damage each. So that is 12d6 plus 9. 47 points of damage, Timothy. This is necrotic damage, as you feel your flesh withering.
That doesn't feel good.
No, it does not. It feels disgusting and bad. And Thea, as these tendrils are running next to you, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
An 8.
Thea, you sense something that you weren't necessarily expecting to sense. It's not something that's being imposed upon you, but you feel fear coming through your connection to this creature.
To the creature that's attacking Timothy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nova, that makes it your turn.
All right. So I have with my sword the blight spell.
Okay.
Is that something that I can attack and also cast?
It would cast an action to use.
Okay. Let's see. I think maybe I'll just attack then.
Okay. Attacking the Behir.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and attack a few times.
Advantage and crit damage on all these.
Okay. And
28 hits.
Okay. Do you want me to roll damage at the end?
No, it's fine.
Roll now. Do you want me to roll now?
Either way is fine.
Okay. I'll do the damage then.
Okay. That is, what is it? 2d6. So yes, that's 14 damage. Can you add another 2d6 to that?
Add another 2d6.
For the crit.
Plus 8.
Nice.
Okay.
Second attack.
Second attack is 21.
21 also hits.
Okay. 16 plus
Another 2d6. Nice. Third attack.
third attack.
Oh, do you have 3 attacks?
I do.
Yes. Level 11, baby.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Sorry.
Oh, but that'll also come into play, but that's okay. But an 18 also hits.
Okay. And 14 plus 2d6. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge, and I get 3 more attacks.
Yep.
Okay.
Just in case you want to demolish something, which you clearly do.
Yeah, I like attacking things.
It's fun.
It is fun.
26 hits. 16 damage, yep. And plus 6. Okay. Second attack. That's a crit. You can't obviously double crit, unfortunately, but still. That obviously hits. That's 16 plus 8. So don't add the 2d6 this time.
Okay. And then is that one more?
One more.
28.
28 solidly hits. Roll the damage.
Plus 9.
Plus the sword, too.
Oh, sorry. And plus 14.
Okay, plus 9, plus 14, that's plus 23.
How's it looking?
Like, someone just smacked it with a sword 6 times in a matter of 6 seconds, each of them hitting solid vital organs, and weird discolored blood is flowing out of it in weird shapes, and puffs of colored smoke seem to keep on emitting from it. It looks very bad, but also vaguely beautiful. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah. And I would like to. Oh, do I get a thing? Is there? I think there's a fighter thing about saves.
Yes, Indomitable. If you would like to re-roll that, you may re-roll that.
Okay, I will.
It is once per short rest, I believe. Maybe once per long rest.
That sounds right.
That is.
That was the wrong thing. Hold on.
That was the wrong button to push. Please push Constitution save. Oh, well, a 28. No problem then. Excellent. That's great. Nothing happens to you at all because you hold your breath rather than inhaling this potentially odd chemical smoke that is being pushed into the air. And more than that, the effect it would have had on you actually is minimal because of your mind blank spell. That would have protected you from this as well. Okay. Timothy, you're up first.
Yeah. Okay. Timothy's not looking so good. I think Timothy's going to shout out, "If I pass out, use the Earth's blood against it. Remember, everyone? All right. That's all." And he's going to step out of line with other people.
Sure.
And shoot the Beshia. Or here.
Take that shot. Add advantage.
Okay.
You're going to shoot Bashir?
No, we like Bashir. Don't shoot Bashir. He was an okay doctor. 22 solid hits.
Okay.
10 piercing damage. Add another D6. Actually, sorry, let's just add all these D6s up. Then 2d6 from the Hunter's Mark.
And the fire.
And 2d6 from the fire, so that's 46. And then 2d8 from Colossal Slayer, if you want to apply it. Cool. How do you want to take out the Behir?
I think Timothy just levels 2 more arrows and just aims at both of the eyes.
Yeah, bam, choo-choo, 2 shots, clean shots right through the eyes. The pier seems to sink down, and like the colors seem to leach out of it, and this pool of this disgusting, colorful, maybe oil or some sort of weird colorful liquid just seeps out of it, and it's the skin of the pier turns ashy and gray, as if the color itself is being pulled out of it.
Wow. Do I have one more shot?
You do.
Okay, I will shoot the colors.
Take a shot. Yeah, 22 hits.
That's 11. As a bonus action, I move my hunter's mark over to the colors.
Okay, absolutely. They are now hunterly marked.
So here's fire and hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
And yes.
+9. Beautiful. Yeah, that was pretty effective. Again, these bursts of smoke pour through it and come out of it, and in many directions. And yeah, I'm gonna use a thing. I'm going to, let's see. Not really a great spot for this. Okay, I need an intelligence saving throw from Nova and Timothy. And Nova, you are immune to this, so never mind. And Timothy, you have advantage on this.
I'd like to use another point of luck.
Okay. A 14. Unfortunately, is not.
I'd like to add the resistance.
Feel free.
Oh.
Almost got there. Yeah. So you feel the mental effects of this thing seeping into you, and you are dominated mentally, and it tells you to protect itself, to kill anything that threatens it. Let's see who is nearby. Slexa, how observant are you? Why don't you roll a perception check? You see Timothy's eyes go tie-dye colored.
Oh shit.
On the other hand, it's now Narash's turn and not Timothy's turn for a while. Narash. Air elemental dude.
Yeah, that would have been great for the for our other opponent, but just taking stock of like this creature, do I feel that I can attack it physically?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I get 2 attacks, and they are slam attacks with my sort of air force, as it were. So I'm going to attack it.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Okay. So it's a +8 to hit, as I understand it. So. I'm just going to do a d20 and I'll add 8 to that. So
that's fine. 18 hits.
And then
crit hits.
Woo!
Gotta love it. Roll those damages.
Sure. 2d8 plus 5.
Okay. I can always add the plus if you want.
Sure, that'd be easier, I think.
No problem. So then it's just 48 for you. 17 plus 10 is 27 points of slamming damage as this thing, as you slam into this thing. You are an air elemental, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, you all look as Narash's body starts to absorb some of the colors that it's hitting. You see as like the air swirling around in this air elemental form seems to suck in some of the gases, and Narash's vaguely see-through clear form starts to absorb purples and blues and yellows.
Do I feel anything?
Nope, not yet. Thea, how you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Is this thing in the middle? Like
it's like a wall of things, you can't see through it.
Okay.
And it can't see you.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go up there, And then with my sapphire gem, cast Flay.
Okay, yeah. Great. I love it.
So we'll see if this works. It has to make a DC 15 intelligence save.
Yeah. It fails.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So then it takes psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
One psychic die per
Yep.
2 artist spent. Okay. So one psychic die, d10. Alright, so I do 7 damage.
7 damage? 7 psychic damage?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It is going to use energy reflection to cast that right back on you. So I need you to make an intelligence save.
Okay. 20.
You succeed. So it does 1d10 halved. This is 4. That would be 2 psychic damage. You are resistant to psychic damage because of the mental fortress, so that is 1 psychic damage. You don't even get a nosebleed. Your nose just kind of hurts a little, as if you might get a nosebleed. Okay. I am going to use... Fuck. I am so dead here. Cool. Good to know. Okay. I am going to... My best bet is to try and get someone on my side. Realistically, that's the only thing that I can do. I have Timothy on my side. Thea is partway there. Narash is partway there. Nova is immune. Celexa is far away. Okay, I'm gonna target Narash. Narash, I need you to make a. You feel the colors are just assaulting your will. I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Anything to help you with that?
Sorry. Yeah, maybe I can. Sorry, just add guidance.
No.
So,
Cost an action to do guidance.
oh, good knowledge. I'm not sure I have any way to help myself with that.
You all see as Narash's windy form leeches more colors into it. Every single part of Narash soon is yellow or fuchsia or teal. And Narash, you just hear a voice in your mind. Not for long, not for much, but just for a second. It says, I want you to kill the one with the sword. And you feel that desire more than anything in your life.
Thankfully, it's not my turn.
Yep. I'm doing a bad job on that. Gundry comes over. Shoot, let me look at his spell list. Okay, you're dead, so I can get rid of you. Shoot. Bad. Let's see. Timothy, your eyes are... okay, Gundry's gonna look at your colorful self over there, Narash. And I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic to remove the mental control effect. So it did not last long. Nice try, Matthew. Celexa.
Okay. Let's see. I think Celexa is going to she's going to move up here just so that she can see the actually no, she's going to move up like next to Thea, okay. I think. Okay. Just to
clambering up these large shelves, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And she says, "Thea, I've got your back." And she passes Thea another inspiration dice, and she. Oh wait, no, actually, take that back. Instead, I'm going to transfer my hex to the color thing.
Okay.
My bonus action, and fire 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Take those shots.
Okay.
No longer advantage. Easier to hit target though.
Number 1.
24 hits.
Number 2.
23 hits.
Number 3.
23 also hits.
And then plus 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh boy. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So you just see as like poofs of air just start shooting off of this creature, and it seems to be like slowly falling apart. It doesn't seem to be able to hold onto its form very well. It is desperate to survive as best it can. So I'm going to make 3 attacks. I'm going to lash out at Thea, Celexa, and Nova each respectively.
Okay.
So Thea plus versus you. Long tendril comes 27.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. 15 points of damage. This is psychic damage on this tendril. If you are resistant to it, you are, so that will be halved. So that'll be only 7 damage for you. Second tendril is also psychic. So Celexa, 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, psychic damage to you as well. 17 halved for you to 8. And then necrotic damage on the third tendril against Nova. 20 to hit.
That hits.
It does. Wow. My lucky day. 14 necrotic damage. And Nova, that makes it your turn.
All right. I heard that my sword can hit this thing, so I'm going to run up and hit it with my sword.
Yeah, hit it with your sword.
Okay. All right. Okay. Number 1, 29.
Yeah, that solidly hits. You feel your sword like quivering in excitement.
All right. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Right.
11 damage solidly.
I hit it again. 17.
17 hits. You hear a voice in your head. Can I? Can I please? Please, can I have it?
Kill it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 24.
You feel as the sword seems to toss some sort of hook into you, into the inside of you, and you just feel like this drain on your energy just pulling you in. You withstand it. It's not a big deal. You're able to feel it, but you feel as it pulls on you. It seems to anchor itself in you, and then the sword just smacks directly into this a fog of cloud, and you see the colors start to leach out of the air itself and come into ruin, and ruin starts just absorbing them, and the colors are twisting and curling into ruin. Can you roll an additional let me check. Yes. Can you roll additional 10d12 damage, please?
Okay. 10d12. Okay. 62.
Yeah, this thing is heavily diminished. It's what it was is now like much smaller. It's clearly barely holding on. Timothy.
Oh, I have one more attack.
Oh, okay, fine. Make another attack.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
I really want to kill it.
24 hits. Do you want to add anything to this?
Anything to it?
Yeah, Battlemaster maneuver or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I should use that thing. Okay.
You have them. You mostly use them for skill checks, which is cool, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I could grapple it. That'd be something. Let's see. Reduce damage, frighten it. I could try to frighten it.
Mhm.
Or it hasn't moved, so I think most of my things don't apply. But
Okay, fair enough.
I could try to frighten it.
Okay. Yeah, that seems to make sense. Is it a wisdom saving throw on my part?
Yes.
Okay.
I think DC 16.
Well, let's see if I succeed. I succeed.
Okay.
Timothy, your friend is on death's door. How are you going to save him?
Okay, well, Timothy's guiding light would be to throw himself in to protect others. So he's going to run up in front of Nova
Mm-hmm.
and like put the shield in front of her sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to try to block her.
Timothy bodily throws himself in front of you, Nova, holding this shield, blocking you. You hear Ruin just whisper in your mind, "Hey, he's getting in the way of our fun."
Yeah. What the hell, Timothy?
Stay away from this beautiful creature.
You're nuts. You're nuts, man.
Narash, what do you want to do?
You're muted.
Sorry, I'm still the air elemental, and so I think my best option right now is just to try to kill the radiant.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attack.
Okay, absolutely.
So
these are +8, so you can just roll d20s.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just.
That's fine. I get it. A 12 misses. You throw your hand into your airy fist through the air, and it just seems to like go right through it. What's left of these colors seems to dissipate. There's just not much there. It's harder to hit.
Okay. Second attack.
20 hits. You're able to just grab it with your fist and squeeze. Roll that slam damage. 14 plus 5 is 19. That pops up to 60. The alien radiance dissipates entirely.
Yeah, actually, I'm curious. Did it make any sound, or was this like a completely silent?
Completely silent.
Wow, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Very eerie.
Like once the behir was down, the only sounds we could hear were ourselves.
It doesn't even sound like wind moving. Like there's just nothing. Just like these poofs of air that like.
I love the way that the radiance like shows up on the map too. Like it's that rendering is really evocative.
Thank you. I did my best.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. With that, it's a combination of 6 tokens, 7 tokens, to make it work. And with that, I think that's where we'll call the end of the episode. We'll do our wrap up and figure out what we want to do with everything here. We've got Gundry some questions, so let's do some experience points.
Really quick question about Timothy. Like, does he seem?
Yeah, the color seeps from his eyes as the radiance falls.
Okay, gotcha.
And some of the more subtle implications we'll deal with next time. But
Sure.
but Timothy is 100% fine.
Okay.
Thea and the other long-term people, it may take a minute or two for them to be fully cured. Cool. And with that, let's do some experience points. So let's pull it up. Experience sheet. Where are we at? Awesome. Okay. Let's start with Celexa. Celexa, how'd you do?
Guiding light. Let's see. Guiding light. Trying to aid the good of the Grand Accord and the return of Illumina Starborn. That didn't come up.
Yep.
Belief 1.
Actually, hold on.
What?
Technically, this is a mission that's like sort of the Grand Accord wants solved. You know, you got it from a couple different people. I could go either way. It's your call.
Okay. Well, so I would say between the Guiding Light and Belief 1, I think belief one is has the feeling that something or someone has been drinking in the round, and she's going to find out who it is and what they want, and then this also feels possibly connected to that.
Strongly agree.
So I feel like between those two, I'll take a point.
Okay, sounds good.
So and then belief two, Celexa's afraid, but she'll be damaged. And she lets anyone think she's weak. So she'll do what has to be done to be there for her team. I think that she made a pretty good show of, a pretty good show of strength.
I agree. Is anyone like sitting around wondering, is Celexa gonna be okay this episode? I don't think so. I think everyone was sort of like, you were a badass this episode. So, yeah.
Cool. So 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points for that. Accomplish that. We'll call it 3-point session for you. Excellent. Nova, how'd you do?
I think I threw myself into danger.
100% true.
One of my goals was to get rid of the colorful threat and reverse the color Magnus. Is that completed?
Yeah, I think we'll call it completed. Obviously, sometimes like there's a little bit of it'll be done, you know. So I'm gonna call it completed rather than having you suffer through that, like putting that as a belief again next week. I think is what I'll say here.
Okay. And then my third one was about helping Celexa feel better, and I don't think I did anything.
Yeah, sounds good to me. 3 points for you. Narash.
Yeah, so I think it's a 3-point day for me too. The guiding light, basically to be a team player and sort of get closer to my companions. That happened. I think we worked well together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real creative plan, executed plan as a team. Worked out well.
Yeah. Belief one was, so this is kind of what Winona just said. I wanted to, I was pissed off about the change in the natural order, wanted to get rid of this threat, and we, based on what you said, I think we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Again, it'll wrap up next session, but you know, I don't want to. You're not forced to hold on to the belief for a little bit more time. You know, we'll wrap it up.
Okay. And then belief two was about my little scaly friend. We didn't get into that at all, based on the narrative. There just wasn't time, so nothing.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Timothy.
All right, guiding light, saving lives, absolutely yes. The wolves,
100%. Got in trouble for it.
Yeah. Tired of his friends getting into trouble and suffering, approaching dangers methodically and safely. Yes.
Yeah, strongly agree. Had a conversation and created a plan and did it that way. So. Yeah.
And belief two was working with the team to investigate the unnatural goings.
Oh no, I lost internet. That was me. Complete. Sorry, say that again, because I lost internet. My bad.
Oh, sorry. Working with the team to investigate the unnatural goings on in the area. That is also complete.
That sounds like a 5-point day for you then.
Yeah.
Nicely done. And Thea.
So guiding light, getting closer to the team. We all worked well together.
Mm-hmm.
My belief one was to let Timothy experiment on me. We didn't get to do that.
Mm.
Belief two, want to help Celexa with her curse. Didn't get to do that.
Okay. Excellent. Sounds good. That sounds to me like a 15-point day then. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1. Yeah, okay. I did right. Excellent. Beautiful. Excellent. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you live good and excellent lives. Go take care of yourself. Go take care of others. Go take care of your mother. And never forget my most important advice. Always remember to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.